Mitford, thanks for joining me again for an update on the underground sampling program, which is set to commence shortly. Can you just talk us through the rationale for this type of program?
Hi, Alex. Yes, so we have over 6 million ounces in our resource, which is a great start. But I think what's important about what we have is we have much more. We have more than 40 old mines in the area that's been pre-developed. So systematically, we're actually working through these other old mines, going through 130 years of information. And as we sort of uncover the information and access these old adits and old mines, the plan is to bring that into the resource and to add to that 6 million ounces that we have. So at the moment, we're busy with a sampling program for Beta South. None of that is in the resource at the moment. You walk into that mine for kilometers and exposed faces. So basically, we're just going in, making safe and sampling all these faces to bring it into the resource. We have a very good indication already of what the grades are. The reason why it's there is because the old-timers were following. They didn't drill like we do today. They just developed and tried to find higher grade. They mined it. Well, the pay limit was about 18 grams per ton. We'll bring that into the resource over the next few months. And apart from Beta South, we have a few other mines. Just the last month, we discovered the Zaya mine. The same thing, kilometers of development, beautiful development, some of the best I've ever seen. About 90 years after they left, we still walk in and it's beautiful, safe ground conditions. So after Beta South, we'll actually do the same at the Zaya mine.
Okay, thanks, Mitford. So in terms of timing, how long do you envisage this program taking, and exactly what does it entail?
Yeah, so before the end of this year, we'll complete Beta South. It's basically just on a grid that is compliant to ASX rules, as JORC compliant. We'll sample and then bring it into the resource, define the resource, and then we'll be able to bring it into our overall resource statement. It's really just a practical. So some places you don't even have to go and support it. It's already pre-supported. Some areas we have to make safe and put some support in. But it's actually a very, very easy process, helped by the good ground conditions that we have. So it's actually just a formality to bring it into the resource.
Thanks, Mitford. Can you just talk us through the rationale for targeting the Beta South? And more broadly, can you just talk us through the geology of the area that you're targeting here?
So all these mines are flat-lying reef systems, so it's a very mountainous area. You basically have adits running into these mountains, right onto reef. All the development that the old-timers did, most of it's been on reef development. So all the reef's exposed. So we basically just go into these adits and then start sampling. So that's basically, it's an easy process. We just, as I said, just privileged to have this available to us.
Thanks, Mitford. And just finally, what are the key milestones that you're aiming to achieve before the end of the calendar year?
So Beta South we'll bring in. That will be completed before the end of the year. We probably will do a competent persons report early next year with it, and then we're also looking at some other sources like surface sources and so on. It's also not in the resource statement at the moment, and we'll probably bring some of that in as well. I didn't answer your previous question about why Beta South. Beta South is just an extension of Beta mine, which is already in our first phase project. So we're basically just expanding that project as well. That's why Beta South. But there's many other targets. Over the next year, there'll be a lot that will be brought in. I probably shouldn't mention numbers here, but we're targeting many, many more ounces to come into that resource.
Thanks, Mitford. Really appreciate you joining me today. All the best with the program, and we'll look forward to seeing those results soon. Thanks for joining me.
Thank you very much, Alex.